Hi everyone, good morning. My name is Devinder Yadav and today the topic of my presentation is K-curve methodology. Let's get started with contents. Need of K-curve, literature view of K-curve, K-curve generation and methods, advantage of K-curve. Before starting this presentation, I am discuss about the inventory management. In its most basic form, inventory management is component of supply chain that tracks acquiring, storing, and selling of the stock of physical products. However, simply following the cost of the product isn't enough. Effective inventory management means the ability to have visibility over your stock level, location, movement at all times. The process of effectively managing inventory begins with the being aware of what needs to be purchased and subsequently tracking that products from supplier to warehouse to shipping and finally to the customer. Now we go for next slides. Now we talk about the need of KQ. KQR is a methodology to represent the data graphically and efficiently. There are basic two ways to represent the data, the EOQ model and Pareto model. Due to drawback of all two models, there is necessity to K-curve. The drawback are discussed in the next slides. Now we talk about the drawback of EOQ. EOQ stands for the economic order quantity. It desires to know the cost of order and the cost of preserving the goods. It relies upon on the idea the needs are always met. The EOQ does not anything when the expenses differ. If EOQ is based on call for it's able to result is unusual orders placed on traders, item purchased for orders and objects below fast manufacturing development can be confirmed to EOQ to be used. Sensitive offers can be ordered in a standard portion. The time period for the selected price could be higher than the EOQ. The classical EOQ formula, which is shown in figure, is based on the premises that the cost of holding inventory and the cost of ordering of setting up inventory intersect at the minimum cost point. This is further based on the assumptions that the cost of ordering and the cost of holding inventory are known and constant. The key element of EOQ formula, including the cost of holding inventory and the cost of ordering, are difficult to calculate accurately. It also assumes that the demand of constant, which is not always true. Now we talk about the drawbacks of Pareto. It divides all information data into three classes. In many companies, absolutely splitting into three corporations is not defined. It forces a pre-decided percentage in each class regardless of whether or not it is appropriate for each item. The simply foremost is proper. It says some of necessity should be handled carefully and the loaf is most of frequently compounded by using the inclusion of lengthy property. But this leads to uncounted decision and it loads similar than the anything other than a easy commercial data enterprise. Deliveries data for all classes are debatable with the first 20% irrespective of whether or not they get hold of the lowest coverage data. The fundamental principle is correct that the few important items have to be closely managed and the many low value items are frequently replenished with a long inventory coverage. However, this leads to a many uncounted decisions and it's too a simple for anything other than a simple business. In many business, especially large scale business with a large range of SKUs, simply divides items into three groups is not sufficiently detailed. Now consider then if you want to divide item in difficult groups, the Pareto is obviously unable to do that. Just like EOQ Pareto makes assumption that demand on constant over 12 months and this is rarely the case. The ABC classification for inventory planning We'll make a group part and divide into a three groups. Based on their annual users value, the number of price used in 12 months times a unit cost. They are divided item part into three groups based on the following rule: A class, B class and C class. In A class, the top 80% of part by value normally about 20% of parts. In B class, the next 15% of part by value normally the next 30% of parts. In C class, the last 5% of parts by value which is remaining 15% of part. Now we talk about the literature review of K-curve. The K-curve technique isn't new. It has been used since the early 90s. This method became developed by Abhisha all through his part of his PhD in collaboration with planning staff at IBM Heavens Production. The K-curve solves the query by means of maintaining 2C/1 within the EOQ equation on an ordinary foundation and varying from OK price among 1 to 100 to get the exact result. Four case have a look at conducted through researcher on modern day tendency and the effect of the usage of the K-curve inside the planning manner. After this they discovered the techniques which proved effective in data representation. Now we discuss about the K-curve generation methods. It mainly includes three steps: expressing the EOQ as an economic period, finding the gap between Pareto and EOP, and varying value of K to obtain the curve. As you seen in the line graph, its number of clusters starting from 1 to 9 and the average within cluster sum of these squares starting from 0.2 to 2.0, which is meet at the number of cluster at 3 and the average of cluster within 0.6. Now we discuss all 3 points in next steps. Now we start with the step 1, expressing the EOQ as the EOP. Substitute 2C/I in a formula of EOQ. Find order period EOQ is equal to EOQ annual demand quantity. This will give the result in years. But to solve the complexity issue, it would be essential to work in days instead of years. It could be assumed to take the working days equal to 250. As you seen in the picture, EOQ, I will use this formula for getting the value of EOQ. Q root 2 multiply by D and multiply by C oblique P multiply by I, and the same for the EOP. Under root 2 multiply by D multiply by C oblique P multiply by I and oblique D. And in the next slide we will see the how to calculate the value in the Excel sheet. Now we talk about the highlighted portion represent a step 1 for 200 sample of data. Now we go for Excel sheet where we get the final value. Here we see the final value of the EOP and it is start from the value class and the limit applied. Now we see how to get the value of the EOQ and the EOP days. When we click on this cell, we see that this formula to get the value of the EOQ. This square root of the B2 multiply by C19 and divided by D19, and finally we get the value of the EOQ and drag and drop for the next part for 200 and same for the EOP days. This is the value of the formula of EOP days is equal to 13 multiply by square root and the 30 divided by E19, and finally we get the value of EOP days for the 200 parts. Here we see the get all the value of the 200 parts. At the end of this is the final value of the number of orders and the inventory, and in the next of the slides we will discuss about the stage 2. Now we talk about the step 2, finding the gap between Pareto and EOP. The subsequent step involved calculating the EOP for all additives inside the managed institution. EOQ values look random. As the once a year cost of spending decreases, the cost of EOP will increase. Use allegiance limits to divide into corporations consisting the Pareto techniques. Now we go for a step 3 in next slide. Now we talk about the step 3, obtaining of K-curve. The K-curve will be obtained after making the sum of the whole inventory price between the quantities of order. The value of K will vary between 1 to 100, and in every case the overall cost of medium and the fee of the order to be calculated is represented inside the table format. A horizontal axis represents the number of order and the average inventory of vertical axis. The K-curve methodology represents a way of classify all items into a given number of classes with the common order frequency. In simple terms, we can say that it acts as a bridge between EOQ and Pareto model, so it represents the data more accurately. In step 3, so to finally obtain a K-curve, the analysis to find the total number of order with average inventory is done at a different value of K. I have done in Excel sheet 2 for K 1 to 100. Then finally a table is obtained for different value of K, and simply by selecting the scatter plot menu from the Excel, the curve of plot. Now we go for a Excel sheet and get how to get the value of the K curve and how to make a K curve graph. Here is the Excel file where we get the value of the number of orders and the average of inventory. Now we see to get the value of the number of order. Now we see how to get the number of the orders. This is a formula to get the value of number of order, and we will get the value of number of order, and this is the formula to get the average inventory, and I18 multiply by C18 divide by B2 and the multiply by D18. Then finally we get the value of the average of inventory, and here we see the here we take the content for 1 to 100. This is the first content for the K, and the working days is 250, where we take the value of class 1 to 9, and the cycle days I have taken 19, 75, 3, 5 and 6 and 6. There are changes in the different content of K. Now we see in the this is the all the value of the 200 parts. And at the end of the value we get the final number of the totals orders and the final number of the inventory. And in the when we take contact 5 and the number of working days is 250, the value class are same but are the cycle of the days are changed. Here we take the cycle of day 42, 169, 8, 11, 13 and 13. And here again to get the same formula for to get the number of order for like this, I put this formula for get the number of the orders and the same for the number of inventory, and here we get the all the value of the 200 and get the final result of the number of order. Here we see the final number of order for content K and the number of order for the content K10, we working days like 250, and here we get the value of the number of order for number part 1 and the average inventory, same for the 200 parts. Like we can see in the last of the, this is highlighted for the number of content 10, and this is the total number of order for the 200 parts, and this is the inventory for the 200 parts, and same as like for 20 content K20, and same as for contact K30. We will get the different value of the number of inventory. We can see in the sheet 1 where we get the all the number of orders, where we get all the number of orders and the number of the inventories, and this is for the 1 to 100, and after that we will get the final K curve chart, and in the next step we will discuss about how to make a K curve chart. Before starting this, we will see about the, this is the final of the EOP and the EOP days result, and as you can see in the Excel sheet, this is the final annual spent and the EOQ and EOP days and the value class, cycle days and the number of orders and the average inventory. You can see to get the annual value spent, we put this formula for this, and this for the EOQ for 200s, we put this formula for this EOP days, and now we check how to we get the K curve average inventory final graph. First we take the all the value from the sheet 2. This is the final value we have to take for the step make a K curve chart, like this is all the total number of the orders, and this is the average inventory we have take for the all constant for the 1 to 100. Let's start how to make a K curves chart. I will show you by step one by one how I will take the all the values and make a K curve chart. Here we start from step 1. Yeah, this is the constant 1 value number of order, and I will show you in the next slides. I will show in the next step of the sheet how to make a K curve chart. This is the value of, now we copy this content. Just wait. I will show you there how we get the value of the number of orders and the number of average inventory. This is for number of order number 1. Here we go for insert tab and get the take a chart for this is already made, but I will tell you how to make a chart, this chart. Now we discuss about the how to make a K curve. Before starting to K curve, we will go to Excel sheet, then get all the data and make a K curve chart. First we start to make a K-curve chart, need to all number of order totals and the number of the inventory totals. In this sheet from the start, this is the content K number 1. We will grab the value of the number of orders and the inventory from this chart. Here is the value of the content K for the number of orders and the inventory. This is the value. We will step by step check the value by this table and match all the value, and then after that we will go for a how to make a K-curve chart. This is the value of the number of the order for first, and now we go for a content K5. This is the value of the content K5, and this also in an add by the number of order and inventory, and this is the value of the content K10, as we can check in this sheet as well. Here is the value of the content K total number of orders and inventory, and this is the value of the 20, as we can check in this sheet as well. This is the final number of the order value of the content K20, as you can check in this table as well. Step by step we will see all the values, and finally we go for a chart, how to make a K-curve chart. This is a value of 30. This is, now we go for a 40. This is the value for 40. Again for a 60. This is the value for a 60. This is the value of 80. And finally we go for 100. This is the value of the 100 number of orders and the inventory. Before making a K-curve chart, we go for a insert tab, and we will select this chart. First we delete all the value from the chart. We insert a scatter and select this chart, and this is a blank chart. Now we will select the value of the data from this table, and first we select the chart title. This is a K-curve, and after that we will select the series from the x-axis. For the value number of order, we will select from this all number of the orders, and drag down select all the number of orders, and after that we will select the value of series y, and this is a y value is we will take the inventory. we will put all the value in a series, and finally we see the final number of K curve chart. Last but not the least, advantages. It solves the drawback of the EOQ in place of needing to determine the order cost and host cost. We now want to determine the number of collection and or the target inventory degree. It additionally solves Petro's drawback because of charge. The deck is made in a K-curve that allow for a greater fragmentation and the offer order size in an economic order target in performance to simply permitting the lowest order length to be a first 20%. Whenever the value of K is varied, the data get altered. At the end of the presentation, here are some references. If you want to get more information, go through this. Thank you for watching this presentation.